For the past 100+ years, the US government and the Federal Reserve has been dictating the money supply and how our monetary system works. Over the past 10 years, that has been changing rapidly. In my hands, I'm holding just a regular Bitcoin mining ASIC, which is basically the future of how money is created. Bitcoin had a predetermined amount of money that was going to be released in the future. And these machines basically replace the actions of central bankers. Hey guys, so we just got to Cerro Gordo, which is here at about 8,500 feet in California, right across the valley from Mount Whitney and in between there and Death Valley. And about a year ago, my buddy Brent and his business partner John bought this ghost town, and their goal is to turn this into a more modern travel destination while also preserving the old feel of this old mine. So over 100 years ago, this mine was really active and they were pulling out a bunch of silver and I think iron and some other stuff. And so one thing that he wanted to do is incorporate Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and make this more of a haven for the crypto community where you could buy and sell goods and services here. And what we're also gonna do is, you could see up here on the hill, there's a mine that goes about 1,100 feet down. We're actually gonna be exploring the idea of setting up some crypto miners in the old mine shaft. So basically bringing new mining to an old ass mine. So let's go ahead and meet up with Brent and check out the town.
So Cerro Gordo was originally established in 1865. They kind of found some small deposits of silver here, and that drew the attention of a couple guys from San Francisco. So they came down, took a bigger sample, saw that it was really like high quality ore, and then they got an investment, started mining here. And yeah, over the course of about pretty quickly, in like 10 years, they pulled out something worth like $500 million of the silver.
So what's your plans with the town going forward? I know you guys have been doing a lot of work on it, and
yeah,
what's the vision?
So we want to create like a place that people can come up and experience it for a little bit longer term. Right now we give tours, and that's kind of the main way people can experience it. We want to introduce overnight accommodation, a way for people to come up, stay. I mean, you can look out and see Mount Whitney, and then if you look over that way, you see Death Valley. So just kind of the stunning nature of it. And you know, there was 5 hotels here when it was an active mining town. So we're kind of bringing back like a destination place where people would come, stay overnight, maybe introduce a spa, you know, some fun things like that.
And I like that you're embracing the whole crypto feel, you know, accepting Bitcoin payments, setting up some mining rigs.
As the new kind of keepers of the town, we want to pay homage to the history that's been here. We're keeping all the existing buildings, we're renovating them, we're kind of like keeping the history going. We're also trying to put our own personal touch on it. And that means introducing new technology like, you know, like blockchain and Bitcoin, and a lot of really innovative water conservation procedures and solar and renewables and wind energy, and kind of trying to bring this town back to life.
That's awesome.
This is the original Union mine shaft that goes 1,100 feet straight down. At every 100 feet, there's kind of like a crossover where there's a horizontal mine. And this is the hole that kind of built Cerro Gordo. They pulled something like $500 million worth of silver out of that hole, and that silver was responsible for building a lot of Los Angeles and the surrounding towns. So, I mean, there's a lot of history here, and to think that this cart has been here and taken people up and down 1,100 feet for, you know, 100 years or something is pretty.
My God. How would we describe that? Bringing new mining technology to a historic...
We're bringing mining back.
So this outhouse has the best view in the entire world, arguably. Right in the background, you can see that's the tallest point in the US, which is Mount Whitney. And yeah, if you gotta go number 1 or number 2, you know, there's hardly any better place on the planet to do it. Okay, so we've got a test miner, and what we're doing is we're gonna scout some locations because there's a few different mines. We can either drop it in the big mine that's up the hill, or there's a horizontal mine that goes, I think about 1,000 feet just horizontally into the mountain. And if you take a look over here, we've actually got an AT&T tower right there. So what I'm gonna do is hook up the power to one of these houses, and then we're gonna run a few hundred feet of Ethernet cable with a hotspot that will pick up right there. So apparently there's a mountain lion that likes to hang out in this mine. So we're gonna just check for tracks before we head in there. Whew. The elevation is kicking my ass, guys. All right, so I don't see any tracks, so I think he's on the other side of the mountain. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so you can see that goes further back than we can see. I think at least 1,000 feet. So we'll only go about half of that maybe. All right, so we've come to a fork in the road, and I think what would be kind of a smart play would be to, here, let me just show you this first. Like, you can see, like, this is not just a horizontal mine. This drops down and it kind of curves under for much further than we can see. So I'd imagine at least a couple hundred feet. But what I'm thinking is we could set up some kind of rack here, or even on the back side of this. This is a dead end, and the temperature in here right now is probably about, what do you think, Blake? Like 55, 60 degrees? 50? Okay. So this could work. The only thing that freaks me out is this mine is not really structurally sound. See, I mean, there's, you know, big cracks. You can see back there, that one's kind of half collapsed. And back here, this goes, I think, for several hundred more feet, but I don't want to put it too far back here because that just requires more cords and complexity. So let's go ahead and head back out. All right, so we scouted a couple locations. We know we can set it up either in the main mine, about 100 feet down in the mine shaft, or over here in the horizontal mine, which is a little more sketchy. But anyway, the next step is to just test one of our test miners to make sure it connects to the data and that it runs properly. So I couldn't think of a better place to do that than the old American Hotel, which was built back in the 1870s. This place is just steeped in history and has so many stories, and it's just a beautiful place. So let's go ahead and check out the saloon, and we'll head into the poker room. All right, so this is the reception of the old hotel, and then we lead right into the old beautiful bar. You can see this thing is still in really great shape. Yeah, just a really nice spot. But what I'll do is I'm gonna take us back to where I got the miner set up in the poker room, and you can hear this thing, it's working. If you look over here in the corner, you can see some bullet holes and some, I guess, some bird shot. Back in the day, there was quite a bit of gunfights, and you can see the blood stains on the floor. There's just a lot of history in this room, so I thought this would be kind of an interesting place to go ahead and test the miner. So you can see it's running. Got it hooked up to the hotspots, picking up the data from the tower, and I just checked it. So if you don't know anything about miners, you can log in and just check the status and see the speed and all the information that it's running. So this thing is working. It's not the most powerful miner, but again, this is just a test to make sure that the data and everything's gonna work up here, and it's gonna work with the elements, because it does get really dusty and the temperatures can drop pretty low, which is why I like the mines, because I think the temperatures stay pretty consistent throughout the year. So yeah, now we're gonna take a little break, barbecue, hang out, drink some whiskey, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. All All right, guys, so here's the game plan. We checked out the lower mine, we've checked out this mine, and we've got the miner actually working. You can see it's humming along back there. And again, we've just got one for now because it's a quick test to make sure that the data's gonna pick up and all that I've already mentioned. But what we're gonna do is actually build a miner rack on the elevator that goes all the way down to 1,100 feet. And so we'll have several miners in the actual shaft, and then what we're gonna do is drop it down into the mine. This experiment is really just about bringing new technology to a really historic and epic location. And so I would just encourage you guys, anybody that wants to come to Cerro Gordo, I'll link up how you can get here and how you can get a tour and even stay when this thing is fully refurbished. And you can see the mining operation. But again, this is like part one, and hopefully in a few months I'll be able to do another video showing you guys the full operation. But hope you enjoyed this video. Again, just trying to have some fun and bring awareness to the crypto community. And shout out to Brent and John for letting us have fun here and integrating Bitcoin and crypto into this amazing town. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.